This is Tiny Win English, where real spoken English meets a softer start to the day.
Welcome back.
Maybe you're making tea.
Maybe you're washing one plate and pretending it is not morning yet.
Maybe you're walking to work.
Maybe you're on the sofa with a blanket and a little resistance in your soul.
Maybe you're avoiding your alarm, your inbox, or one very responsible habit.
We are glad you're here.
I'm Chloe.
I'm Sam.
Quick morning check-in game before we begin.
Yes. Which version of you showed up today, bright bird, sleepy bear? Or please do not talk to me until coffee person?
I am a polite bear.
I am a dramatic kettle.
That is so real. Today we're talking about a morning English habit that does not depend on willpower.
Which matters because willpower is very rude in the morning. Sometimes it simply does not arrive.
Exactly. We want a habit that still works when you are sleepy, busy, late, or emotionally made of toast.
And while we talk, you get real English, useful expressions, and a little life reflection too.
This episode is around B1 to B2 level, so some parts may sound a little richer, but the ideas will stay clear.
If you miss a few words, that's okay. Stay with the main idea and keep listening.
You can always come back later, and you'll catch a little more each time.
If you enjoy this kind of quiet, practical conversation, you can subscribe and come back for the next one.
And as you listen, notice your own answer too. What usually breaks your morning English plan?
Near the end, we have a word tour with 10 useful words and phrases from this episode.
You can replay that part for shadowing.
Also, we have one big image for today.
Yes, we want your morning habit to feel like stepping across a little stream on 3 clear stones.
Not a mountain, not a war, 3 stones.
One small step, then the next one, then the next one, even when you're half awake.
Honestly, that already sounds kinder than most self-improvement advice.
Good, let's begin. Most people think a morning habit comes from motivation.
Like you wake up heroic, full of sunlight and excellent decisions.
Right, but a habit that lasts is usually more mechanical than heroic.
Yes, morning me should not be asked to make great life choices.
So the first idea is this: use an anchor habit. An anchor habit is something you already do, and you attach the new habit to it.
Like after I turn on the kettle, I play one short English clip.
Exactly. Or after you brush your teeth, you say one sentence in English. Or after you sit on the bus, you read one saved line.
That is kinder than saying, at 6 every a.m. I will become a new person.
Very much kinder. We want the first step to feel almost on autopilot. On autopilot means you do it with very little thinking because the path is already familiar.
Like your hand just knows where the mug is.
Yes, and this is where our stepping stones matter. Stone 1 is the anchor. Stone 2 is one tiny English action. Stone 3 is one tiny repeat.
3 stones. I can cross that stream.
Let me tell you what I did wrong for a long time. I used to wake up and promise myself a full morning English session before looking at my phone. It sounded pure. It sounded serious. It also failed almost every week. I would wake up tired, check one message, then another, then the weather, then some strange piece of news about a celebrity I did not even care about. Suddenly my fresh morning study block was gone.
Oh no. The phone ate the morning.
Exactly, so I stopped asking for a whole new personality. I chose one first domino. A first domino is a very small action that makes the next action easier.
Important phrase.
My first domino was simple. When I turned on the kettle, I pressed play on the same 3-minute English audio. While the water heated, I listened. While the tea cooled, I repeated one line. That was it. Some mornings I kept going for 10 minutes. Some mornings I stopped there. But because the first domino was so small, I could do it even when I looked and felt like a tired sock.
That image is ugly and accurate.
Maybe you know this feeling. You do not need a big win. You need a start that does not argue with you.
I had something similar with brushing my teeth. I started saying one English sentence while I looked in the mirror. Very glamorous. Toothbrush, sleepy eyes, one brave sentence.
But it works because it is attached to real life.
If this sounds like you, please hear this. The goal is not a beautiful routine. The goal is a repeatable routine.
And for English learners, repeated contact matters. A short daily moment keeps real spoken English close to your ears and your mouth.
So the simple point is this: do not build your morning habit on hope alone. Tie it to something that already happens.
Choose your anchor, choose your first domino, and make the first 3 steps visible. But even a tiny habit can fail if the floor around those stepping stones is full of little traps.
Right. Because sometimes the problem is not your spirit. The problem is your headphones,
Exactly.
or the app password, or the notebook under 3 other notebooks, or the pen that disappeared into another dimension.
This is where the word friction comes in. Friction means a small difficulty that makes something harder to start.
Small problem, big damage.
Yes, morning habits often die from tiny resistance, not giant disaster.
One missing earbud can destroy a very ambitious language life.
That is so real. So here is the second idea. Use a night before setup. A night before setup is a small preparation you do the evening before. So morning you has less work to do.
We are helping sleepy future you. I support this deeply.
A night before setup can be as simple as putting your headphones on the table, opening the audio you want, placing your notebook by the kettle, or writing one prompt on a sticky note.
I need to confess something. Last year, I kept saying, tomorrow morning I will do English speaking practice for 10 minutes. Very strong sentence. Very weak system. Every morning I had to unlock my phone, choose between 5 podcasts, remember where I saved my notes, find my charger, and decide whether to sit at the desk or the sofa. By that point, my brain was already negotiating with toast.
Which never ends well.
It was ridiculous. One rainy Tuesday, I stood in the kitchen half awake, staring at my phone like it had personally betrayed me. I had 7 minutes before leaving the house, and I spent 4 of them choosing material. Then I said, well, no time now, and did nothing. That evening, I finally understood the real problem. I did not need more discipline. I needed less friction, so I changed everything. I picked one short audio for the whole week. I put my headphones next to the mug. I left one note on the table that said, listen first, decide later. The next morning felt almost silly. I touched the mug, saw the headphones, pressed play, and suddenly English happened before my excuses woke up.
That line is worth keeping. English happened before my excuses woke up.
Please put it on a pillow.
Mini scenario for you. Maybe you have a child calling your name, a meeting in 40 minutes, and very little silence. Good. Then your setup matters even more.
Another one. Maybe you live with other people and the morning is loud. Then leave subtitles ready, or choose one clip you can use without searching.
You are not weird if tiny obstacles keep stopping you. This happens to a lot of people.
So here's the practical question. What can I prepare tonight so tomorrow requires almost no searching?
And for English practice, the answer should be concrete. One audio, one place, one tool, not a whole library.
Because once the stones are clear and the floor is not slippery, there is still one more thing that can slow you down.
Choice.
Too much choice in the morning is almost a comedy.
Yes, morning brains do not love menus.
Not big menus, not noble menus, not choose your ideal growth journey menus.
So our third idea is to create a default action. A default action is the one action you do first every time without asking a new question.
Like in my case, I sit down with coffee, I play the same type of clip, I repeat one line, and I save one line. That is the script.
Exactly. Because if you give yourself 10 possible morning English tasks, you may do none of them.
This brings us to another useful phrase, decision fatigue. Decision fatigue means you feel mentally tired because you have made too many choices, even small ones.
And mornings are already full of choices. What time is it? What do I wear? Where are my keys? Did I answer that message? Should I eat now or later?
So if English also arrives dressed as a complicated buffet, your brain says, no thank you, I will take confusion.
I had this problem in a very teacher-like way. I had a listening app, a reading app, 2 saved videos, 3 articles, 1 pronunciation list, and a notebook full of half-finished plans.
That sounds organized and dangerous.
It was. Every morning I asked, what is the best use of 15 minutes? And that question quietly killed the routine. The routine did not need the best choice, it needed the same choice. So I gave myself one default action for weekdays: listen to one short clip, repeat 2 sentences, save one sentence, no extra thinking. Then, only if I had more time, I could do more. But the default came first.
I love that because it respects reality. It is like breakfast. If one simple bowl is ready, you eat. If breakfast is a 27-step project, suddenly you are late and holding one banana like a failure trophy.
That is such a good image.
It is from experience.
Maybe you know this feeling. You open one app, then another, then another. And somehow 7 minutes disappear before any English enters your life.
Or you think, should I listen, read, write, speak, shadow, review, or study grammar? And the answer becomes, I should scroll for no reason.
If this sounds like you, choose a morning default, not a morning buffet.
A mini scenario. Maybe you only have the bus ride from your building to the office. Then the default action can be one clip and one repeated sentence.
Another scenario, maybe your morning is calm on Monday but wild on Tuesday. Fine. Keep the same default action. Let the length change, not the shape.
That part matters. Same shape. Smaller or bigger, but same shape.
And for English learners, a default action helps because repeated structure creates better listening habits. Your brain recognizes the pattern. Your mouth gets quicker. Your fear gets smaller.
So the third point is this. Make your morning habit boring in the best way. One default action. Same order. No debate.
But of course, life is still life,
Oh yes. Sometimes life kicks one stepping stone into the water.
which is why the last part matters so much.
Because some mornings are simply strange.
Exactly, you sleep badly, the baby wakes up early, the train is delayed, your mood is low. Or you open your eyes and think, I am not available for personal growth today.
Deeply relatable.
So the fourth idea is this: create a backup version. A backup version is the smallest version of the habit you can still do on a hard day.
Not the dream version. The emergency version.
Right. My backup version is 60 seconds, one line of audio, one repeat, one breath. That still counts.
And this is where another useful word comes in. Streak. A streak is a run of days when you keep doing something again and again.
Some people become too obsessed with streaks, yes, but a gentle streak can help. It reminds you that continuity has value.
I used to think a streak only counted if the work was impressive. That idea nearly killed every streak I ever had. Then I had a brutal month. Early meetings, bad sleep, family stuff, one cold, and exactly 0 magical mornings. Old me would have said, forget it. I will restart next Monday. But I tried something new. On the worst mornings, I opened one saved audio and repeated only the first sentence while I put on my shoes. Some days that was the entire habit. One sentence, one breath, door closed, goodbye. And do you know what surprised me? The habit stayed alive in my mind. I never had to do a dramatic restart speech. I never had to feel like a stranger to English again.
That is the real power of small backup plans. One more phrase helps here: keep the chain alive. It means do enough so the sequence does not go cold even if today is tiny.
I like that. Not perfect, not powerful, alive.
Exactly. Maybe you have 9 calm minutes today. Wonderful. Use them. Maybe you have 1 anxious minute today. That can still keep the chain alive.
You are not weak if some mornings need the backup version. This happens to a lot of people.
Mini scenario: you oversleep and only have time to put on shoes and grab your bag. Then repeat one saved line while you lock the door.
Another one. You wake up sad for no dramatic reason. Fine. Listen to one gentle sentence and say it once. That still protects the habit.
Another one. Your morning is noisy and crowded. Then read one saved sentence in the elevator or on the bus.
If this sounds like you, let the habit shrink. Do not let it disappear.
And from an English learning view, this matters a lot. Small daily contact builds listening comfort, speaking courage, and memory. Replay helps. Shadowing helps. Tiny repetition helps.
So the last point is simple. A morning habit that does not depend on willpower is built like this. It has an anchor, low friction, one default action, and a backup version for messy days.
4 stones across the stream.
Yes, not a heroic jump. 4 stones.
And now, before we close, let's slow down and do our word tour. This is a good section to replay for listening practice and shadowing.
You do not need to memorize everything today. Just notice what feels useful and say a few lines with us. Word 1. Anchor habit.
An anchor habit is a new habit attached to something you already do.
Example 1. My anchor habit is listening to English after I make coffee.
Example 2. After I brush my teeth, I do my anchor habit.
Repeat with us. Anchor habit.
One more time, slowly, anchor, habit.
Word 2. On autopilot.
On autopilot means you do something almost automatically, with very little thinking.
Example 1. I press play on autopilot every morning.
Example 2. The routine became so familiar that I did it on autopilot.
Say it with us. On autopilot.
Slowly now, on autopilot.
Word 3. First domino.
A first domino is the first small action that makes the next action easier.
Example 1. Opening the audio is my first domino.
Example 2. When I put on my headphones, the first domino falls.
Repeat. First domino.
One more time, first domino.
Word 4. Friction.
Friction means a small difficulty that makes starting harder.
Example 1. Looking for my notebook creates friction.
Example 2. I reduce friction by leaving my headphones on the table.
Repeat with us. Friction.
Slowly, friction.
Word 5. Night before setup.
A night before setup is a small preparation you do in the evening to make the next morning easier.
Example 1. My night before setup is choosing one short clip.
Example 2. I do a quick night before setup before I go to bed.
Say it with us. Night before setup.
One more time, slowly, night before setup.
Word 6. Default action.
A default action is the action you do first every time without making a new decision.
Example 1. My default action is one clip and one repeated sentence.
Example 2. When mornings are busy, I trust my default action.
Repeat. Default action.
Slowly now, default action.
Word 7. Decision fatigue.
Decision fatigue means mental tiredness from making too many choices.
Example 1. Too many study options gave me decision fatigue.
Example 2. I avoid decision fatigue by using the same routine each day.
Say it with us. Decision fatigue.
One more time, decision fatigue.
Word 8. Backup version.
A backup version is the smallest emergency version of your habit for hard days.
Example 1. My backup version is one line of audio and one repeat.
Example 2. I used the backup version when I overslept.
Repeat with us. Backup version.
Slowly, backup version.
Word 9. Streak.
A streak is a run of days when you keep doing the habit.
Example 1. I have a 6-day streak right now.
Example 2. I lost my streak, but I started again the next morning.
Repeat. Streak.
One more time, clearly, streak.
Word 10. Keep the chain alive.
Keep the chain alive means do enough to continue the habit even in a very small way.
Example 1. I only repeated one sentence, but I kept the chain alive.
Example 2. On hard mornings, the goal is to keep the chain alive.
Say it with us. Keep the chain alive.
Slowly now, keep the chain alive.
If you want extra speaking practice, replay this word tour and shadow it with us.
And remember, you do not need all 10 phrases perfectly today. Keep the sound close. Keep the habit warm.
Nice work today.
Yes. If you stayed with us, you already did real English listening practice.
And the life lesson is simple. Do not ask willpower to carry the whole habit. Build stepping stones your sleepy self can still follow.
Before you go, try one sentence with anchor habit, default action, or backup version.
Or tell us in the comments, what usually breaks your morning English plan most often?
We really like reading those small, honest answers.
And if this episode helped, subscribe and send it to one person who is trying to build a gentler morning.
I'm Chloe.
I'm Sam.
This was Tiny Win English.
We'll meet you in the next video for more real English, a calmer pace, and one more small step across the stream.